guys, the Adventurous Allotment here. I'm in my allotment. I'm actually doing a video now that I should have done a while ago because I made a bit of a mess up. I found out last night that I'd put some imagery, imagery for this video that I'm going to do now on another video. Yeah, it's confusing. You see, I'd set up some image slides for another video on tea, and I'd put it actually on a video about beans, about fava beans. So yeah, well done. But yeah, so I'm going to do that video today, the tea video. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to say is I'm growing tea. I think you're probably already aware of that, but I want to go into more depth. So here on my allotment, you'll have to forgive the canners, by the way. I planted them initially because I thought they'd look pretty, but they've got too big, so I'm going to have to move them next year. But amongst the canners here, you can see that I've got tea plants, and this is my biggest one. I've got others that are sort of struggling to get going, but I'll explain why that is in a minute. But yeah, I've got these tea plants, which is great, and I'll kneel down actually. So basically, I ordered these about a year and a half ago. I bought them online because I was interested. I found out that there was tea plantations in both Cornwall and Scotland, and I thought, well, if they can grow them in Scotland, Scottish Highlands, then they'll grow here as well. So I bought them and I took them. Now they came in a pot with, I'd say 10 seedlings all together to make it look like one plant. That's what they do in the horticultural industry quite often. And I've got that plant, and so I thought, instead of keeping them all together, I'll separate them into separate plants. So I did that, and therefore I separated them and planted them in here. I've lost one actually, which is quite good going actually, because I thought I'd lose a lot more. But unfortunately, the ones that were smaller and not as robust, they have sort of been checked back, so they're a bit weaker, as I'll show you in a minute. The main plant, however, is doing great. I've got it here by my side. I just showed you it before. I'll show you it again. It's just here. So yeah, you can see it's growing now. It's got this stem here that was, so it's doing well. You have to understand, it was a lot smaller than this when I got it. But I've got the others, and I'll show you the others, and I'll show you what I mean by they're struggling a bit. They're still growing, of course. Move that away. Yeah, so yeah, they're a bit more sparsely leaved. They're not as happy, but I think this winter's helping. Autumn, sorry, is helping them, because they look a bit healthier than they did last year. So, and I've got them all around there, and I don't know whether you can see them, but I've got that one there and that one over there. Yeah, so they're good. Well, the thing about tea is, it comes from the humid Himalayan regions, and it's really good to grow in our humid climate. It can tolerate a bit of frost, obviously. It does here. It has here in the last few years, and in general, it's a nice looking plant as well. It makes a nice ornamental because the leaves are very showy, and when it flowers as well, the flowers are really showy. And so it's a good thing to have on the allotment, and I will use it for tea. Not yet, of course. I've got to let them grow. Probably say another year or two before I harvest, but that's okay because I'll still be here, so no problem. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. And I'd say anyone can grow tea, no matter what climate you're in. You just might need to protect the plants a bit more than if you live in a very cold exposed area. But yeah, tea is something that it makes me wonder, because we've always imported tea from China and India, and other parts of the world, but I always wonder why we never had our own widespread tea plantations. We can grow them, we have got the climate to grow them, but we just don't grow them. It doesn't make any sense why we don't. I know we've got small tea plantations, like what I said before. We've got Dalrioch in Scotland, and we've got tea plantation Tregothnan in Cornwall, but it just doesn't make any sense why we don't grow more of it, especially since we're a nation of tea lovers, and that has always been the case. So So the next best thing, of course, is to grow it on the allotment or in your garden, whichever. So yeah, this is doing well. I'd like to say that it does need specific requirements to grow. Like all camellia, it needs acidic soil. It needs moist. It prefers well-draining soil, but it can tolerate a bit of clay. It won't tolerate waterlogging. But it's yeah, and it likes being kept well mulched around, not up to the stem obviously, but around. But yeah, that's tea. I just thought I'd show you it. I'll show you it again. I'll give you another look at it, and then I'll end the video. So there it is, my tea. Sorry about the canners in the way. They're quite nice, but they're not tea. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed looking at my tea plants. I hope that they'll grow and they'll come on and I can make another video about harvesting tea in the next year or two. But yeah, we'll see about that. So yeah, please like this video, please subscribe if you haven't, and if you've got any questions, let me know, and share this with anyone who might be interested. And please, and I'll see you next time for another video.